So this should be the final task that I'm doing with any luck. I hope so at least. Don't really fancy the skill going on much longer. Um, but yeah, this video is going to be mainly focused on Slayer. I'll talk about various methods I did for certain XP, and maybe do a tab showcase at the end, if I can be bothered. And if I actually get 200 mil from this task, because I only have 2 bracelets of slaughter left, and I've got like 180 of these to kill. Historically, that's not really enough. Um, yeah, Slayer is going to be over momentarily. This skill has spanned over 2 years, which I keep like. I like to keep saying that, but in reality, it's only really been like a year and a bit because of I took quite a big break over 2017. I did the mining and the agility, and then I only picked it back up again in like October. So I did take like a 6 month break from it in 2017. But whatever. It's nice to finally come to an end. I ran some numbers, and if you don't include me getting 99, I have been training this skill for 3,383 hours. It'd be closer to 4.8k if I include the 99 Slayer back when it was like what 40k an hour or something, 30 or 40k an hour, if that. Um, yeah, I guess I just sort of run along the journey and kind of experience that I've had with the skill. Um, I said back in what would have been like November 2016 when I started the skill that Slayer was distinctly meh. It wasn't interesting or uninteresting. It was just sort of something I did. Um, it was it was all right. It had nothing's really come close. So with me, when it comes to training a new skill, I usually take a good month to sort of ease into a rhythm with it. But with Slayer, I just jumped straight into it and loved it like right off the bat. I was doing 80 to 90 hour weeks with um, like my melee task set that I did when I was going for 200 mil strength. All made possible because I was a NEET back then, which I've touched on in other videos. But yeah, I found the first month just to be absolutely brilliant, learning things and just every time you got a task, it was just one more task before bed, and I really did love training the skill. Had a lot of enthusiasm. However, it was quite short-lived, and ever since then, I've sort of just meandered with the skill. I've had no real passion to do anything other than just do it. No records or anything. All very uninteresting. Just when I log uh, in the morning, it's what I'm doing in game is slaying. And it's going to be quite strange to not do that because it's something that has been quite a big part of my life for quite a while now. Um, 3,000 plus hours is quite a sizable chunk to spend on a skill. It's comparable only to agility, really. Um, magic, if you want to include the imbue, but I don't. So yeah, what I'd like to call Ghetto Slayer. Sorry, what I like to call Melee Slayer. Ghetto Slayer is the one after it. Melee Slayer. That lasted from October 2016 to April 2017, mainly done with the purpose of training strength. So I saw Slayer as the bonus rather than the purpose, which is something that this last little bit has sort of made me feel uncomfortable with because I did do the last chunk of Slayer because it was Slayer rather than doing it as an extension of strength or an extension of magic like I did recently with the Mage Slayer that I did last year and the Melee Slayer that I did 2 years ago. Um, so the Melee Slayer that I did was, set out with the idea of getting 200 mil strength, which I did get. It was pretty decent to me. I stuck with this method for about 73 mil XP, which was about 1,600 hours at the time. This was doing like Abbey Demons, Extended Dark Beasts, Gargoyles, melee Greater Necreals with the Arc Lights, stuff that you just would never even see people doing these days. So it was nice. It was a very comfortable thing to do, really. Nothing too fancy, and I just sat in my chair in the dark, listening to music and watching shows, just because every task was the same, just a tank and slap, just click and wait. No real skill really to any of them. Managed to make about 14 GP and XP or something profit uh, on these tasks, because early on I benefited a lot from the updates to drop tables, as well as the catacombs that had just come out. You know, I got the arc light for the greater necreals, and I got the excuse me. Fuck, had to sneeze. I got the art light for the greater necreals and the totem pieces for the extra bit of money, so that was alright. Fucking Discord, man. So yeah, I benefited a lot from updates starting Slayer. But yeah, it was good to me. That task set was. It's something I could never, in a million years, think of doing again. Like I don't have the nostalgia goggles with it at all. I respect the task set, and that's about it. You know, I I, I did think about it, just sticking with it because you know it worked, but I couldn't. Those hour and a half tasks of Necreals just fucking destroyed me. Basically, they were necessary but evil, basically. But after finishing up tournament, well, 199 whatever mil strength in um, April 2017, I sort of sat, did some mining, did some agility, finished those two. Well, got 60 mil mining and got my agility reasonably close to 200 mil. Played some RuneScape 3 at the same time, which was brilliant. And picked Slayer back up in October. This was the Ghetto Slayer period that I mentioned. This was the sort of barrage magic for magic XP Slayer set that I did. And as a result, I really didn't even have to do it for that long. I did from 86 to 113 mil Slayer, which I probably spent not too long on, maybe 400 hours, 500 hours. The thing with this task set was that it was pretty good balance. You know, you had the quick intensity magic tasks and the slow, low intensity melee tasks, because I was still doing Abbey Demons and extended Dark Beasts during this time. And whether it was a result of the task set or just my attitude at the time, I was really busy this time last year. I worked a couple of 60-hour weeks with work regarding the Christmas stuff that we get and all that crap. So it was pretty difficult. I'm not really one to bother logging in for 2 or 3 hours because you can't really do anything in 2 or 3 hours. You can sit down and sort of get into a flow in maybe 3 or 4, but like, no, I'm not fucking about logging in for 2 or 3 hours. So instead, when I got home from work, I'd just sit on my DS or go to sleep or something. So I was pretty inactive for a lot of November and December, um, both work and family and holiday season, etc. But yeah, Tasset was okay, distinctly okay, as Slayer has been for me the entirety of the way. Um, Finished up my 200 mils in February this year. Got them all on a tick because I am a beast and I'm a fucking professional RuneScape player. Um, and just sort of figured that I've got a Slayer background at this point. I might as well just keep going. I'm over halfway. I was at 113 mil at this point, so I figured the hard part's done. I've done by this point in time I've already sunk 2k hours into the skill, and it's a 2k hour skill basically. So I figured I'd just stick with it. And I made a pretty rash, big, dumb, whatever decision to sort of corrupt my Slayer mentality, and that was when I sold my whips around March 2018. because I just couldn't be fucked. Like I'd been doing rune crafting and then slaying and then money making and then slaying, and then I didn't want to do money making again when I had all that money just sitting there. So flogged the whips, basically swapped the whips for death runes, and just got straight back into Slayer. Did the exact same task set all the way up to about 175 mil. Um, Before just thinking, you know what, like this thing's gone on way too long. I'm craving a bit of change, so I figured I'd switch up the task set a bit. And I did, and I just did this melee slayer, this mage slayer bullshit that everyone does, except I didn't really get to benefit as much as others did because of, no ult or anything. But it's been alright. I definitely have been gritting my teeth the last 25 mil. The 175 to 200 have been a chore, really. It's where Slayer hasn't become distinctly meh, it's just become distinctly quite unpleasant, actually. And it's just sort of a necessary evil to finish the skill. Pretty bad that it's probably going to like corrupt my nostalgia with the skill, but it's gone on a long time, and there's there's many different places I can pinpoint a certain emotion to tie back to the skill, whether it be the dark and cold, lonely nights of Melee Slayer in 2016, listening to fucking drone music, or the juggling real life and other stuff with Slayer, and even this end bit where I've been setting alarms, waking up early, having like a quota, even if you will, things like that. The last 25 mil, though unpleasant, I was just way too driven to really care about the unpleasantness of it. I come way too far to really go back at this point, so I couldn't be, I couldn't, I don't really have the time to be pedantic or anything, just had to sort of do it because it's there, do it to get it done. No other reason really, which is terrible. But yeah, I spent going back to the original point that I made, which was the task set that I did for the Tournament Magic. I did that up to about 175 mil XP, burnt out about 167. I had quite a bit of work to do, but at the same time, there was a whole number of factors contributing to that. There was the social life aspect, there was the work aspect, there was the just distaste for the skill aspect, and they all just sort of came together. And I figured I'd take a month off, and I did, and I came back all guns blazing, and I peaked at about rank 21. No, I peaked at 19 Slayer, and I would have finished at 21 because of Boogie and Blind, I think, were going to overtake me. Maybe Hine if I slacked, but instead they all passed me, and even Bushido, the guy who I was really hoping to steal his rank, got it like a month before me because I fucked around for a month and didn't do anything productive with the game. Oh, this might not actually be my last task. But like I'm not really one to care about ranks or anything. I know it's a bit dumb for me to say now that I've brought up the point, but I just like to sort of say that I don't really give too much for shit about. I mean, I left skills like I could have been ranked 4 agility, I could have been like ranked 6 fishing, but nah, fuck it. I'm not all that interested in it, and if Cap King came forward and said, "Hey, do you want to wait and let me have the rank?" I would have said, "Hell yeah, you can have it, man. Don't worry about it." But I don't want to leave this open any longer than it's been left. It's a hell of a long time to be sort of restrained to one skill. Definitely the longest thing I've ever done in RuneScape, because it is verging on nearly 4K hours or something. Yeah, it's split up a little bit, but it's no matter how much you split it up, it's still a skill. Like it's still quite draining. But I figure like at this point, I really, as I said, I was only really doing Slayer to finish it. I wasn't doing it for any other reason other than to finish it. There was no like, oh, I love the skill or I really want to get this rank. It was like, I've done way too much of it, so I might as well finish it, sort of deal. Um, And so at this point, really, I have nothing to lose. I've got no open-ended skills at the moment. Well, it's a lie. I have an open-ended skill at the moment, and that's the one I'm going to be pursuing. Even that point totally backfired on me. But yeah, after this, I'm going to be doing or attempting tunnel mining. Honestly, don't think I'm going to end up reaching it. I have quite a decent stab towards it. I'm at 60 mil at the moment, and I figure I'll start it on Monday probably. It's Friday the time I'm recording this video. I've got stuff to do the rest of today, and then I've got work Saturday and Sunday. So Monday morning, if I log in and just try and ease myself into it, be quite happy to finally give it a shot. It's a skill that I've had my eyes on for such a long time, and you know, I'd really hate myself if the meta changed at all for mining, because I think it's so perfect. It's such a nice skill, and I'm hoping that I can sort of channel some of the passion that I have for the method to help me get 200 mil. If I continue my current sleeping pattern, I could maybe get 100 mil before the end of the year, but I'm in no rush to, you know, wake up at 6:30 in the morning to mine. Or at least I'm not yet. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Oh fucking hell, you joking? All right, guess we're getting another tap. This is the point where we get the skeletal wyverns, because I have about 300 points. Nah, Calphites, that'll do. That'll do. Right. I think I'll hold off doing the tab showcase for the moment. I don't have any bracelets of slaughter. Like, the tab has fallen. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna miss this place somewhat. Been good to me. Been good to me. Right. So I don't have any bracelets left, so figure I'll just slay these. I'm very happy to sort of close the door on this. I'm very much just stalling at the moment. I guess I can show some, you know, some logs, whether it be, you know, like, well, I'm going to show logs in the form of drops. I'm going to show monster kills, Skatizo skills. Oh yeah, Skatizo I avoided doing at the end, really. I've done 700 of them. I've got about 300 totems left, so I could get to the 1k, which would be quite nice. But totems I have is only about 50 mil. I don't really have too much interest in it, even though it's the best money maker in the game for me. I don't really have too much interest in it. If I was doing something like crafting and I need the additional capital, maybe I'd do it. And if I had the time as well, you know, I'm not. If I did my Skatizo, I'd have to wait until Monday to do it, and I just can't. I can't be bothered dragging it out longer than it's already been dragged out. It's just, it's gone on way too long for me, really. I would have been on track to finish by about October if I didn't quit and if I stuck to that current task set. But you know what you're gonna do. You can't really do anything about. You can't change the past or anything. I'm spitting some right nonsense. Yeah. Okay, so the thing with me and the next skill in the mining is that it ticks quite a few boxes because it's a very big skill for me to choose, not only because of how high intensity it is, but because of how it splits my account basically. So for me and my current financial situation in regards to 200 mil all, I could either blast mine to 200 mil and then do lavas, or I could 4G and have to do a little bit more rune crafting. And it was just sort of a trade. Like, they're both relatively comparable in terms of efficiency for a non-alt account user, but it all came down to personal preference. And 4G is a method I've been infatuated with since its internment back after the Skilling Cup. And you know, I'd hate myself so much if something happened to the method and I didn't get a chance to fully experience it. I was really,
really keen to do it after I finished the first bit of Slayer in 2017, but in the end, Blastmine won out because I'm a loser. But now I'm going to pursue it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really, I haven't done anything like it since fishing in 2016, so it's going to be really strange. And fishing is regarded as me as one of the best skills I've ever done in my game career. I feel as if everything after fishing was just borrowed time. Woohoo! Whoa, it's already done. And I suck. Right. Yep. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. All right. Have a look at the Ring of Wealth. So, oh my god. So yeah, Skatizo, 743. Way too many pets. Way too many Dark Claws. But that's like 115 mil profit there, and I've got an additional 50 mil sitting in the old Tabaruni if I show you. When I show you, I can't not show you. Kills, Velds, they were done back in Neve's Cave times. They were really great. Dust Devils, I only started doing those when I mazed them. I never really meleeed them. I hated them when I mazed them, and I hated them when I meleeed them. But whatever. The Necreals, both meleeing and maging them is okay. The Gargoyles, they're fucking. Back in the old days on Eve's Cave, they were so comfy because there was one tile you could stand on and two would aggro you, and then you could run to the other end and another two would aggro you, so it'd be brilliant. Abbey Demons, nearly 200k. Since this counter has been out, I've gotten about 380 whips maybe, which is, just under the drop rate, so that's not too bad. That includes some pre-99, pre-99 Aberdeen camping, and the 362 whips that I got from slaying with the Abyssal Demon task set. The Dart Beasts served really nice as the cup of tea making task and touching penis task. Big fan. And Smokes, surprisingly, is the one that I've killed the most. It's the one that I have killed consistently throughout the entirety of my Tyranmal Slayer, along with Calphites and Calphites, Necreals, Dagonoths, and Suqua are the monsters I killed consistently throughout every single bit of my Slayer. But yeah, and the tab. So as I mentioned, I got 362 whips. I had 290 occults, but I sold them for I think I sold them for the rapier actually. Same with the dart bows. I had about 114 of them, and I sold them because, like, why not? 4D chains, 2 off Smoke Devils, 2 off Dust Devils. Really, really happy. Nearly a mil Chaos Runes. Will never get the 1 mil Chaos Runes. Got way too many of these off Dust Devils, so it's probably about 23 actually. I wouldn't even be surprised. The leftover totems, maybe I'll do them one day. I'm not too sure. Ancient shards that I never use because I started blocking Abbey Demons, and then just some random junk at the bottom. I'm going to turn these bones in. I'll make a video later today turning those in. Should be quite fun. I don't really know to do a price check or not. I can tell you it's about 2 bill maybe. The rune alone is about 800 mil. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to cleaning everything up and getting straight back into the next skill that I'm going to do. Thank you for all of your love and support. It's been much appreciated. Definitely couldn't have done it without the help of my adoring fans. And yeah, I guess I'm
Oh god. I guess I'm gonna do this next. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry it's a bit of an awkward video this. I might have prematurely started the recording and rambled on about some really inane shit. Um, but if you've watched all the way, thank you. And yeah, it's so nice to be done.